Welcome to VSE and me. I am your host, Brittany Painter, and I am sitting here with a legend.
I don't know.
This is Dusty Rivers, a lifetime IBM champion. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome.
We are here at Tech Exchange 2025 in Orlando. This is pretty awesome.
It is.
Yes, I'm having a blast. This is my first one.
This is my third one, and there's a lot. You can tell by the noise. There's a lot of excitement.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Something like 10,000.
And
I heard.
And I will have to say, since he threw me under the bus, Clarence Waldrop is not here yet. So
I don't think they are going to let him come today. We tried though. So, Dusty, you're kind of in the middle of something exciting with Pellera, right?
right.
You want to tell me about?
Yeah. So
I see you have the new shirt.
I have the new T-shirt or the new polo.
Mhm.
So Mainline Information Systems and Converged Technology came together, and they're merging to form a company called Pellera, which is going to be a super large value-added reseller, consulting company, managed service provider, covering Canada, covering the U.S., covering a lot more. But so I'm not really familiar where all we are, but I know we're a lot bigger together than we were as two companies.
Yeah, we work a lot with Pellera 21CS, and so we're very close partners, and so we enjoy hanging out with you guys. As far as big picture, where is Pellera heading in the mainframe world?
Well, I mean, we've always been big on mainframe modernization. So we work with customers, and when I say mainframe, I have to talk about two. There's the ZOS world, and there's the VSE or the VSEN world. So when I say mainframe, I'm talking both. So there are customers out there that are wanting to modernize their systems, and modernization, when I talk about it, can take on 12 different things, different ways to modernize the machine. Get more for your value. Things, if you're here at Tech Exchange, you're going to hear a lot about AI, artificial intelligence, the new chip, the new machine, everything. You can run it all on the mainframe system.
Yeah. So with all the AI and all the new tech coming out, that's really exciting. What is your favorite part of the new technology that's coming out?
I think it is basically, one of the acronyms that IBM uses, do more at the core, is basically instead of looking at 20 different systems to try to do it, you can pull it all back onto the mainframe.
Nice.
I mean, with the, I don't want to sound like a commercial, but with the AI chips, with the Telum 2 chips, with the Spire Accelerator, everything is going to be in one place. Mm-hmm. So if you're concerned about security, your data stays on the mainframe. And again, your data's there, your processing there, your logic is there, your security is there, and security is very important.
And we know that mainframes are the security hub. I mean, that's
well, and also when you talk about, we talk to companies and they have data on the mainframe and they want to move it to another platform. As soon as you do that, you double your attack plane.
Yes.
And and what happens is I make a copy of it. You make a copy of mine, and then somebody makes and all of a sudden we've got 4 copies, and nothing is secure.
Exactly. You can't control the third-party vendors. Yeah. The off-prem is really a big issue that I've heard. I'm sure you've probably heard a lot in the. How many years are we going on in this industry?
I've been working in the industry for 48 years.
That's impressive.
So in my entire 48-year career has all been on the mainframe. So I've never worked on another system. So I've seen the changes, things that I learned at the university. I don't do. I mean, some of the basics of learning to communicate, learning to think, learning to analyze, they stayed the same, but some of the technologies have changed.
And you want to give a shout out to your alma mater?
Yes, the University of Southern Mississippi. We here at Tech Exchange, we also have students here. So we've got a contingent of about 15 to 20 students from the University of Southern Mississippi, which I will go see later today.
Yes, we love the students. We saw Jeffrey Decker earlier with a bunch of students, and so we are excited to have new to Z talent here. I am considered new to Z, so I'm glad to be here. I always like to ask, how did you get into mainframes?
Actually, it's not a big story. When I came out of university, the mainframe was the only system there. There were no mini computers, there were no PCs, there were no distributed computers. So I stayed there. My specialty was database. So when I came out, I was working on a hierarchical system, moved to relational, and then just kind of branched out into distributed computing and then into doing modernization, which is what I've been doing for the last 20 years.
Okay, so you really have been like from the beginning with
Right.
with it. Wow. What would you say your favorite part overall from back in the day to now? What would you say your favorite thing has been?
I think the thing for me is the platform never gets stale.
Yeah.
It's constantly evolving. It's constantly morphing into something. And when people say, "Oh, it's old," it's like, no. I said it at a conference. The mainframe is the most modern technology in the world, and people disagree. And I'm like, okay, it's got AI, it's got security, it's got storage, it's got power. What else are you looking for?
And I heard the stories of was it 90s where everybody said the mainframe was dying.
Right.
And since I've been in this industry, I haven't seen any of that. All I've seen is it growing.
Yeah, my favorite story is I went to a customer and they said, we're modernizing, we're moving off the mainframe. And I said, how is that going for you? And they said, we are 10 years into our 2-year plan to move off.
Yeah. And even with the introduction of all the cloud services, mainframes are still not obsolete. They're still being relied upon very heavily and integrated, which is fabulous. And Pellera is a very integral part of that, right?
Yeah, we're actually, we're getting bigger because we took 2 companies and made them into one. So we're going to be able to offer more than we have before. We're going to be able to talk to more people, and we have more experts in all areas than pretty much anybody else does. So if someone comes to us and says, we talk about solutions. So if we talk to a customer, we don't say, what product can we sell you? We're going to ask, what problems are you having? And then we have enough vendor partners like yourself that we can say, oh, well, if we have best practice areas, how do you want to solve this problem? And we can step back and say, okay, here's your list of the best ways to do this. And we have stories. It's like the story I told you is we have stories of where we can say, you're not, Mr. Customer, you're not the first one to do this. So, no one wants to be first. They're always afraid. So.
I have found that there are, whether it's not, perfect fit, there are use cases to kind of go along with just about everything, which is very comforting. On the sales side, it's comforting, and I'm sure it's got to be comforting on the customer side. For folks coming in that are new, and this is, Tech Exchange is a lot. It's overwhelming, especially if you're very new. What would you say your piece of advice that you would send them off with?
So what I always do is either whether if it's Share or Tech Exchange, is talk to people. Everyone is approachable. At Tech Exchange, there's a group of people called champions. We all have blue jackets on that you can't see. And go up and talk to someone. Everybody is approachable. And one of the things I always say at Share, find somebody you don't know and go introduce yourself to them and ask them who they'd like to meet. And then everyone will take you to meet someone. Hey, today.
That's how I met you.
I know. Yeah. I saw Virginia, and I said, "Hey, I'm trying to meet Brittany," and she called you on the phone. So.
Yeah, actually, that is exactly how we met, which is wonderful. And everybody has been great as far as networking and being accommodating. Right. So it's really been awesome. I do have to ask, do we have any stories you want to break out about Clarence? Because he did call you out on the first episode.
Well, Clarence called me out, and I will have to. The only thing I'll say is roll tide, Clarence. We're both big Alabama football fans, and so Alabama football and bourbon. I'll leave it at that.
Well, guys, I am sitting here with a lifetime IBM champion, and you're one of 2. Is that right?
2 in the Z space. There's other lifetime in others. I think there's 16 to 20 lifetimes worldwide.
What does that entail? How do you become a lifetime champion?
You have to be selected. So to be a champion, you have to demonstrate advocacy in a particular area. So I've been a champion for 15 years. Okay. And in 2020, Meredith Stowell, who's one of the VPs, announced that I was going to be the first IBM lifetime champion, which is kind of an achievement award. You've been doing it a while. They don't usually give that out too much, which I didn't know. And so it just means advocacy, you have to go up above and beyond your job. So, it meant a lot. I mean, first person I went and talked to was my wife, because I'm like, I can't believe they did this, but it allows me to be more advocacy, or to do more things than I was doing before.
And you brought your wife with you today.
I did.
Yeah, or this week I should
Yes.
say. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I'm so excited to just be sitting down and hanging out
So
with
my question,
Yes.
did Clarence get to give you a hug?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was going to say, Clarence, I've got you on that.
We're huggers here. So, well, thank you so much. This is BSE and Me, the podcast brought to you by 21CS. Again, we are at Tech Exchange Orlando 2025. So thanks, guys.